We offer our humble pranams at the lotus feet of Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. Jai Sai Ram, everybody. So, for those of you who don't know, Brother Kapil and I are the Joint National Young Adults Coordinators. For those of you who do know us, I promise that Brother Kapil will keep his part short, and I promise that I will not make you stand up and sit down 12 times. So, Swami has not explicitly mentioned a young adults wing, but he has placed a lot of emphasis on this generation because they are the future of this organisation, the torchbearers, if you will. Therefore, whilst we create this space for young adults to delve into their spirituality, to explore their faith, it's important that we integrate into the rest of the organisation. And it's so great to see that 60, or around the 60 that have registered for today, over a third are coordinators in all the other wings as well. So part of our team are these shiny new faces, some not so new, but they are continuing to support us and it's great to see. We don't have a position for Region 8 at the moment. So if you're watching on the live stream and you're in Region 8, please do reach out to us because it would be great to fill that position. I'll pass on to Kapil.
Thanks, Triv. Saram, everyone. Good morning to you all. Like Triveni alluded to, 60, or say a quarter of the attendees today are youth, a third of which are well integrated in the respective wings. And that's been demonstrated over the past year or so, as you can see from the various activities. So youth have been engaged not only in youth-specific events, but events which are catered to Bal Vikas, the spiritual wing, be it bhajans, Vedam, study circles, and more importantly, service. So I think that really bodes well for the future. The youth are our future, it's their organisation, and I think as we are already doing, more and more can be done to encourage them to, to participate more and to have that general expansion within our organisation.
Yeah, so I'll go on to our vision for 2024. We want to continue to evolve, and by this I mean adapt to the new generation's challenges, continue to build on the foundations that we've already set, the relationships that we've made in this past year, and make sure that we are connecting to every single person. So to do this, we aren't just going to have events for the sake of it, but we need to make sure that every opportunity that we have to get together, it's because we are spiritually bonding. And so that brings us on to our centenary plan for 2025, which we'll start this year, which is Sai and Vershna. And this is our offering to Swami for his 100th birthday, which will be a way for youth to connect and at the same time delve into Sai literature. So we're going to be exploring the timeless teachings of the Sri Sathya Sai Vahini series. This will be to illuminate Swami's teachings, make them vibrant, accessible, and transform quite a philosophically abstract concept into something that's more tangible for youth. It's going to be an opportunity for us to cultivate a sense of unity and solidify friendships across the whole country. We're going to be expanding the organising committee, so later when we have our YA breakout session, please do express interest in this.
So the next 4 points that I'll be touching upon are as follows. So as you can see in the presentation, sharing in satsang. So what does this mean? One of the major initiatives that we've brought about as a result of the youth wing is something called A Moment with Sai. So this is an initiative which is pretty much led by the youth wing in conjunction with our media team and the spiritual wing. And the idea is essentially to bring forth all those experiences that are there within the UK from across the entire, I say UK fraternity, but from north to south, east to west, the devotees that have, so many experiences of Swami, be it in the divine physical presence or post Mahasamadhi. Why? Because essentially it's there. From those experiences will help inspire fellow devotees, which will lead to self-transformation. And this essentially forms the very basis of what we can term a Sai Bhagavatam for ourselves. It's, if you were to think of the traditional Bhagavatam, it's a collection of experiences of devotees who have been devotees of the Lord. And these experiences of our own Sai devotees will essentially form that very basis. But it's not just there in terms of where youth will be involved in. The next block on the slide is bond. So all of this, which Triveni and myself, or rather Triveni has alluded to and what I've touched upon recently, leads up to something very big which is happening this year in Prashanthi Nilayam, the Global Young Adults Conference, which is taking place between the 12th and the 14th of July. The last time we had a youth conference of that proportion, we're expecting 2,000 to 3,000 youth to attend from across the globe, was back in 2016, so that's a period of 8 years. So essentially, it's a transformative gathering of youth. The theme of the conference is reconnect, recharge, and rejoice in Sai love via the mediums of service to humanity, adoration of the divine, and illumination of the self, so covering all three wings of service, devotion, and spiritual. This conference will serve as a guiding light for all the participants, for them to essentially rediscover their own spiritual roots. And in what better place can it be than Prashanthi Nilayam? So the idea in the long run is for this, and this takes me on to the 6th block in terms of solidifying sadhana. So you can see a sort of a common theme, a common link here. By youth attending this conference, the aspirations, the hope are that the youth become inspired so that they go back to their respective centers across the globe at a grassroots level and take on roles and essentially take leadership roles when it comes to the centenary celebrations. So to inspire the youth to perform and serve at various platforms across the organization and essentially revitalizing their own inner energies from the source that is Prashanthi Nilayam.
Yeah, we want to make sure that those youth that go on the pilgrimage, and even those who don't and continue to do their sadhana here, support their centers, because ultimately the idea is to grow this organization, to grow our faith, to grow our spirituality, and to transform. We want to make sure that every person who walks through our doors, through our centers, has the opportunity to do that. We'll finish off.
Finish with a quote from Swami: "The youth of today are the future leaders of the nation and the architects of the new society. The future of the nation depends on its youth." Sri Sathya Sai Baba. Jai Sara.
Jai Sara.